Welcome back, it's episode 2. Last time we managed to get ourselves established with a base, but today it's time to start making some real progress, so we're gearing up, getting better food, and if all goes to plan we'll take on our first dungeon. So let's get to it. Before we get started, we've got a few quests from last episode that need to be turned in, so let's go ahead and collect these rewards. We need to talk to a wise old man and let's see what he gives us for it. On the way to the wise old man, we managed to pick up one of these permanent health buffs. They look like these on the map, but once you pick them up you get 10 extra HP added to your health pool. See, we are 110 HP now. Here we are at the wise old man's location in this broken down building. We're going to turn in some quests and see what rewards we get and progress the main story. So we've turned in Growing Pains, which is a farming quest, and we got some seeds for that, and we handed in Shrimp Catcher. Lastly, we talked to him about the dragon, which progressed the main story. In doing that, we got a really good reward in the form of an experience tome in rune crafting, which saves us a bunch of time. We used it immediately and it leveled us to level 8. Upon reaching level 8, we unlocked a new spell called Wind Step, which is really useful for traversing. Here it is in action. It lets you jump up higher so you can reach areas that you wouldn't have been able to reach before. And also, if you're jumping from a high height, it breaks your fall so you won't get injured from fall damage as easily. So before we take on the first boss in the dungeon, we need to gear up first. We'll need to make some better food, then craft a bow so that we can hunt stronger creatures. And then with those materials we'll upgrade our weapons and armor before taking on the real challenge of the dungeon. Got a bow made, and now with a bow we got some good utility. We could shoot down these flying rune essence nodes and allow us to mine more rune essence, as well as helping us to hunt creatures that we wouldn't have been able to hunt before, such as deers. Shortly afterwards we hit level 11 mining and unlocked Rock Explosion. The description is conjure a powerful blast to break apart stone boulders and ore, so it saves us a lot of time mining. It uses up 15 earth runes and 5 fire runes, so it isn't that expensive to cast. It does have, I think, a 1 minute cooldown, so you can't just spam it. But it does save so much time as you don't have to mine each individual node. Now that I've got the tools to gather resources properly and can finally hunt deer for hides, it felt like a good time to head out on a bit of a hunting trip. I spent some time taking down anything that I came across, stocking up on meat for cooking, gathering crafting materials, and getting some experience in both melee and ranged combat along the way in preparation for the dungeon. Throughout all of this, I unlocked a new spell called Tempest Shield, which conjures an air shield and lets me block all damage types ahead of me. And for the bow, I unlocked a new passive called Trick Shot. After firing a fully drawn arrow, I can release that and then follow up shots. If I time it right, I can release the arrows for increased damage. The correct timing is when the arrowhead glints, and then you release it then for an increased damage buff. Now that we've got a bunch of supplies, I set towards making the Tannery rack, which I needed more wood for, so I quickly did a wood run. Here we are placing the rack down, and then finally putting animal hide in that we've killed from deers and cows to make leather. This will then allow us to make the tier 2 leather armor, and take us one step towards getting ready for the dungeon. Next I organized all the loot into my chests, and started cooking all the raw meats to level up my cooking skill. I decided to then make myself a bone pickaxe, which is a tier 2 pickaxe, so an improvement from the stone one. I also wanted to make the tier 2 club, but I didn't have enough materials Same with the rest of the leather armor. I got a lot of leather when we went hunting, so I'm still waiting on it all tanning. So in the meantime, whilst we're waiting, we'll spend it doing some skilling and crafting runes and cooking. Here the farm's ready for us to harvest the first batch. I did some red berries, some flax and some potatoes. I'll need the potatoes for cooking higher tier food soon. The food choice that I'm actually going to go with for the dungeon will be meat stews, because they heal for 50 and give 50 sustenance. 50 should be adequate for now because I only have 110 HP, so one bite should heal me halfway if I get in a pinch. All of my leather is finished tanning now, so we can finally make our leather armor. Here it is, the final product. It looks pretty cool, I think. All that's left for me to do is build a new weapon, the club, make the meat stews from the cooked meats, repair all my damaged equipment, and rest so that my fatigue bar goes to 100%. If it drops to 50, I lose a bunch of stamina, which is not going to be ideal for the dungeon. Now that we're ready to go, I decided to pick this dungeon here first. It's the most southern dungeon within our starting area. Welcome to our first dungeon. We're fighting our very first Vault Guardian, luring him in with a bow first before fighting him with melee. Let's continue to proceed, defeat all the enemies in each room, loot all the chests that we find, and see what else there is in here. After clearing the room with 3 Vault Guardians in it, we discovered our very first Vault Core, something that's really important because they allow you to build lodestones, which lets you teleport around the map. This obviously saves a lot of time, so it's important we pick them up when we can. Should be another one later on after we defeat the boss. After clearing most of the rooms, we hit level 20 in melee where we unlock Enchant Weapon Fire. This increases our weapon damage by 33% and it has a chance to set enemies on fire as well. Definitely be using this just before we enter the boss room. We finally reach the last room with this lever. Pulling the lever unlocks the gates as well as opens up the boss room that you can see in the background there. Now let's buff up our shields with Tempest Shield and increase our damage with Enchant Weapon. We made sure our thirst, hunger, are all topped up before entering for the boss fight. The boss fight could have went smoother, but we still got the job done. My parry timing wasn't great. I don't think I parried a single hit, and my Tempest shield broke, so I had to recast it mid-fight. We pick up the second Vault Core. Now that we have two, we could build a lodestone in home base, and then take the other out with us as we're adventuring so that we can teleport back quickly. I think this is a good time to conclude this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. For the next one, we'll be venturing into the swamp, continuing our quests and leveling up. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the adventure, and any feedback is welcome as I'm still new to YouTube. Cheers.